Joshua chapter 24. Then Joshua assembled all the tribes of Israel at Shechem and summoned the elders, leaders, judges, and officials. They presented themselves before God. Joshua addressed the entire people, saying, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Long ago, your fathers, including Terah, the father of Abraham and Nahor, lived beyond the Euphrates and worshipped other gods. But I took your father Abraham from beyond the Euphrates and led him throughout the land of Canaan, and I multiplied his descendants and gave him Isaac. And to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. To Esau I gave the hill country of Seir as his possession, but Jacob and his sons went down to Egypt. I also sent Moses and Aaron, and I afflicted Egypt with plagues according to what I did among them. Afterward I brought you out. I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and you came to the sea. The Egyptians pursued your fathers with chariots and horsemen to the Red Sea. But when they cried out to the Lord, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians and brought the sea upon them, covering them. You have seen with your own eyes what I did in Egypt. You lived in the wilderness for a long time. I brought you to the land of the Amorites who lived east of the Jordan, and they fought against you. But I gave them into your hands, you possessed their land, and I destroyed them before you. Then Balak son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and fought against Israel. He sent for Balaam son of Beor to curse you. However, I would not listen to Balaam, so he blessed you repeatedly. Thus I delivered you from his hand. You crossed the Jordan and came to Jericho. The citizens of Jericho, the Amorites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hittites, Girgashites, Hivites, and Jebusites fought against you, but I delivered them into your hands. I sent the hornet ahead of you, which drove out the 2 Amorite kings before you. It was not by your sword or bow. So I gave you a land on which you did not toil and cities you did not build. You live in them and eat from vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant. Now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Put away the gods your fathers worshipped beyond the Euphrates and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. But if it is unappealing to you to serve the Lord, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served beyond the Euphrates, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." Then the people answered, "Far be it from us to forsake the Lord to serve other gods. For the Lord our God brought us and our fathers out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery, and performed these great signs before our eyes. He also protected us all along the way we went and among all the peoples through whose midst we passed. The Lord drove out before us all the peoples, including the Amorites who lived in the land. We too will serve the Lord, for he is our God." Joshua said to the people, "You are not able to serve the Lord, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions and sins. If you forsake the Lord and serve foreign gods, he will turn and bring disaster on you and consume you, even after he has done good to you." The people said to Joshua, "No, we will serve the Lord." Then Joshua said to the people, "You are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen to serve the Lord." They replied, "We are witnesses." "Now then," Joshua told them, "put away the foreign gods that are among you, and yield your hearts to the Lord, the God of Israel." The people responded, "We will serve the Lord our God and obey his voice." On that day, Joshua made a covenant for the people, and he established a statute and ordinance in Shechem. Joshua recorded these words in the book of the law of God. Then he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak tree that was near the sanctuary of the Lord. And Joshua said to all the people, "Behold, this stone shall be a witness against us, for it has heard all the words that the Lord has spoken to us. Therefore, it shall be a witness against you, so that you do not deny your God." So Joshua sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. After these things, Joshua son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died at the age of 110. They buried him in his own inheritance at Timnath-serah, which is in the hill country of Ephraim, north of Mount Gaash. Israel served the Lord throughout the days of Joshua and the days of the elders who outlived him, and who had experienced all the works that the Lord had done for Israel. The bones of Joseph, which the Israelites had brought up from Egypt, were buried at Shechem in the tract of land that Jacob had purchased for 100 pieces of silver from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem. This became the inheritance of Joseph's descendants. Eleazar son of Aaron also died, and they buried him at Gibeah, which had been given to his son Phinehas in the hill country of Ephraim.